Good evening, beautiful people. Hope everybody's doing good today. Well, this evening actually. It's a little late where I am, but my brain always seems to wake up later in the evening. I don't know about you guys. First, hold on, let me turn this down. As my fan was in the background making a lot of noise. This evening I was going to focus on like another spiritual gifts read for the collective, but something has been nagging me to talk about forgiveness, because a lot of us are holding on to resentments, not only for other people but for ourselves. Guilt, remorse, shame, things from our past that cannot be changed now, things that people have done to us that hurt really bad, and holding on to that is like blocking a lot of us off from our divine purpose, right? So I think I kind of want to start this off with a small prayer. It's kind of just be like something that I wing, and if you want to take a moment, I just want to call in like some healing and some forgiveness for not only ourselves but for others, and for us to be able to learn to accept that things happen and that they cannot be changed, but they can be worked on. And moving forward, we, instead of being so hurt, learn to discern situations, right? So to the highest powers that be, I ask now to come in and help heal the hearts of anybody who is going through their dark night of the soul, for anyone who is feeling resentment towards their self, towards others, or pain, guilt, remorse. I ask that this reading come in and bless those people with answers on how to let that go so that they may thrive and step into their life purpose. Thank you. All right. So this is kind of like a reading that I just came up with in my mind. It's going to be like soul growth, forgiveness, spiritual gifts that will open up once we achieve the forgiveness. Our first position is going to be, what do I need to forgive about myself to achieve soul growth? The second is, what do I need to forgive others for? The third will be, what spiritual gifts will be unlocked upon forgiveness? Then the next will be steps that we can take to achieve this forgiveness. Things to walk away from and things to embrace. And hopefully this will be a lesson, maybe not even just for you, the collective, but for myself as well. So with that, let's get into this one. Spirit guides, ancestors, ascended masters, I call on you now with the light of love, truth, clarity, and forgiveness. First of all, for anybody who's watching, Spirit, well, that one came out fast. What do I need to forgive about myself? The Two of Wands. What do I need to forgive others for? Ooh, whoa. Two of Coins. 2-2. What spiritual gifts will be unlocked upon forgiveness of self and others? Spirit, what spiritual gifts will be unlocked? Knave of Wands, which is the Page of Wands. And then steps to take to gain forgiveness. What steps can we take to gain forgiveness here? I think it was this one. 5 of Coins. Things to walk away from. Whoa, that one came shooting out fast. I gotta find it in a second. Oh, I hate when this happens. There it is. Eight of Swords. Getting out of our heads. Oh, shoot. Sorry. And things to embrace about ourselves and about life to achieve ultimate success and happiness from current situation. Oh, High Priestess. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Swords. So let me look at this for a second. Yeah. The Two of Wands. So what we need to forgive about ourselves. Jeez. 1 second, guys. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. So what I'm seeing here is what we need to forgive ourselves about is not like setting pure intentions, maybe not trusting in ourselves and the universe. A lot of us have been trying to micromanage everything, and it has gotten to the point where now nothing is manageable. And I think it's time that we like let go and let God handle our situations, because you know, it's not really helping us to hold on to the resentment, to the fact that we kind of knew that this is what needed to happen, yet we still you know, tried to play God in some way and control outcomes that we probably knew that weren't going to be for our best benefit. The Two of Coins, for what we need to forgive others for juggling us, for not believing that, you know, not believing in us. They kind of were, instead of making us feel like we were solid and worth investing in, they were back and forth. So because we were spending so much time investing in others instead of ourselves, now we have resentments for others who also were not completely investing in ourselves, in us, and in whatever situation we were in with them, right? The Page of Wands, the spiritual gifts. This could be like, we will really start having real pure messages of like where we need to go, what we need to do. It's having passion for ourselves again, for knowing that what the divine communicates with us is for our highest good. Like, I think this is going to unlock some clear, not clairaudience, clairvoyant. And a lot of people, they'll start receiving more messages from their ancestors, and they'll be able to listen to them better going forward, to put work in to their own lives. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. I'm just trying to, I'm trying to learn intuitively, like what I would feel like these cards would mean based off of their meaning, but in my own way, I guess. I don't know. I definitely do want to read cards the way that technically they're supposed to be read, but when my intuition tells me something, I also feel like I should incorporate that. So I think that we'll just be able to tap into our divine messages and use them more passionately in our endeavors. Steps to take to gain forgiveness. That was the Five of Coins. I'm thinking that it's time that we let go of this consciousness, this feeling of we're always going to be left out in the cold, we're never going to be enough. You know, letting go and truly forgiving these people for the things that they've done to us. It's hard, I know. But you have to set aside what is mental and what is physical, and what is for you and what is not for you. And even though you don't want to let go of those things, you have to let it go. because what's for you will always be for you. But if it's not, in the end, you're just going to be left out in the cold anyways, right? Yeah. So not only, you know, being able to discern messages from the divine more, you'll be able to use discernment and you know, better prepare yourself for situations. Things to walk away from was the Eight of Swords. I think it's that mindset, that self-imposed prison that a lot of us have put ourselves in. Once we walk away from that mindset, that poverty consciousness, that I'm not good enough, that I will never be good enough, I've got to do better, blah, blah, blah. That is where our education system has become fundamentally flawed, because they want us to focus on what we are not good at. Or, you know, the media makes us believe we're not beautiful because these girls are being idolized and they're beautiful, or these guys are, you know what I mean? They never tell us to love ourselves for who we are and cultivate the talents that we are. We have to walk away from that mindset that we have to do things a certain way or we'll never achieve our goals, because that's not true. It's not true. Once you realize that, the world is your oyster. And then that's exactly what this last card here says. Things to embrace about yourself in your life to achieve the ultimate success and happiness, and lessons that you need to learn. Your high priestess, listen to that inner voice. It is the connection from the earthly realms to the higher realms. We all have that divine connection. Now, if you abuse your divine connection, you're probably not going to get very clear, concise messages. But that's why I wanted to do this reading, because a lot of us know we have a higher calling. A lot of us know we have these spiritual gifts. We just don't know how to tap into them, and we don't understand that we ourselves are keeping us from our higher purpose. It is so imperative at this point in time, guys, that you forgive yourself, that you forgive others. Things happen. People make mistakes. We make mistakes. The differences or the difference between winners and losers and good and bad, are you going to let these things continue to bring you down? Are you going to continue to allow outside influence tell you who you know you are? Because I'm seeing here that a lot of you have a higher calling, a lot of you have a higher purpose, and you have messages from the divine that you're ignoring, or you're not getting them properly right now because you're holding on to so much resentment, fear, guilt, shame, remorse, whatever it is. Start with yourself, forgive yourself, and then forgive whatever has been hurting you from the outside. May it be past relationships, parents, family, etc. Loss. I mean, we all go through it. No, not everybody is raised in a shitty parent situation, and not everybody's pain is the same, because, you know, somebody that grew up in poverty could have two really good parents that loved the shit out of them, but they were tormented because they didn't have money. But somebody that come from a lot of money didn't have their parents there to love them, so they don't know what love is, you know what I mean? So people perceive pain differently, and that's the point. You have to get to know yourself and know what your own values and your own worth is, and stop letting other people tell you what it is, because they're not you. They don't have your purpose. They don't have your heart. They don't have your trials and tribulations, but they have their own, okay? So even if somebody doesn't understand yours, you can still try to understand somebody else's. And maybe if you just look at a situation a little bit differently, why somebody hurt you, or why things happen the way that they did, it'll be easier for you to let go and forgive those people and unlock these gifts, because you have something to offer the world that we need you for. And we have to stop letting outside influence, and then most importantly, our own imprisonment in our mind. We have to stop letting this shit stop us, because right now more than ever, we need you guys. So that was just a quick message. I'll probably be back a little bit later. I have to do dishes. I hate dishes, but I have to learn to tell myself that I'd rather wash the dishes than see them pile up. So All right, guys, thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time.